Not, I don't know what it is. A page a day, maybe?
A week. It's a thing a
If
week.
you learn a page away, so you have 364 a year, 65 a year.
We just,
Last time you told me Psachim, it's half a year ago when you going class. I'm joking.
yeah, it's what I'm, no, but they.
Open Gemara Sukkah, the Bet Amud Bet.
Select this.
This is the real answer because there's no, especially Psachim in the middle. Yesterday, Sammy wanted to know is a mother Chayav Chinuch Olati. You have a Gemara here, right? Another one thing. Today, if you want Sukkah, the Bet Amud Bet, you have 3 Gemarot in Gemara you get. Make sure you have the middle Gemara Sukkah, the Bet Amud Bet.
Sukkah,
No, Bet Amud Bet. This is, if you like mathematics, Sukkah, and Eruvin is the Masechet. And people go what? I mean, people really know. Okay, so the topic is, there's a machloket, what is the height, the maximum height of the schach, machloket Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbanan. So look at the Gemara here, Amar Rabbi Yehuda, look at the Bet Amud Bet at the bottom, the beginning of the line is Amar Rabbi Yehuda. Maaseh, yeah, you have it said, Amar Rabbi Yehuda. Amar Rabbi Yehuda, Maaseh Behileni Hamalga. Belud. Listen good. שהייתה סוכתה גבוהה מ-20 אמה. The schach of her sukkah was over 20 amot, which is over 40 feet. Queen, listen. והיו זקנים נכנסים ויוצאים לשם. Out of respect to the queen during the holiday, all the rabbis are coming to visit. ולא אמרו לה דבר. You are a queen. This is pasul. I should have told her. You know.
she's tremendous. What the
No, it's a right away. All right. It's assumed. Otherwise, what's the point of the
story?
What's the point of the story? But why should they? Why should they tell her, Sam? Why should they tell her she is a female? A female is patur from sukkah. But the Gemara says the fact that they did not tell her anything is a proof that if the schach is higher than 20, it's good. So this is what Rabbi Yehuda is proving to Chachamim. The fact that they did not tell her you have to lower the schach shows that I am right, and even if the schach is over 20, it's still kosher. Amru lo, Rabbanan are telling to Rabbi Yehuda, you cannot prove in the case. Isham Raya, how can you bring a proof from here? Isha ita. Upetura min sukkah. The reason they didn't say anything because she doesn't have to be there. By the way, this is one of the proofs of the Sfaradim that a woman doesn't make a bracha if she wants to sit in the sukkah. Because if she wants, right? Halacha l'maaseh, your wife is sitting in the sukkah, your wife, she has a mitzvah. Should she make a bracha? Sephardic not, Ashkenazic yes. If she wants to make a bracha, be a bracha l'matala, they have to tell her, hey, if you want to sit whatever you want. This is interesting raya. Yes, they are not rebuking her, they're not saying anything. Also, by the way, you see here, that even if she's a queen, if they are members of the local, not elected, political elected rabbinut, yeah, Sanhedrin or Tanaim or Amoraim, they have to say something. No. Amar lahem, Rabbi Yehuda says, I'm not bringing a proof. How come they didn't tell her? Amar lahem ve'alo shiv'a banim havula. She has 7 kids. 7 kids are definitely sitting in the sukkah, which means you're obligated to educate your kids to do it right. And how come they didn't tell her? Again, not because of her, but because of her children. Wait. Ve'od.
Depends on how old they are.
Right, which means you are a mother. Your kids are coming every day to the sukkah. Your obligation to educate them. So here, if you learn the Gemara the way it's written, she is chayav. All the Rishonim bring this, yes?
And it's all
In the discussion, if a mother is Chayab or not, she's a mother. You realize somehow there's no father here. Makes a difference why. But we, Rabbi Yehuda is saying the fact that they did not tell her lower the schach because you are obligated to educate your kids. ועוד, כל מעשיה לא עשתה אלא על פי חכמים. Which means she was a religious woman. She would not make a move without consulting the rabbis. Okay, first the Gemara says, ועוד, למה לי למתנה ועוד, כל מעשיה לא עשתה אלא על פי חכמים. Why is the second reason being added? You have a good point. She is in charge of the education of the kids. The fact that they did not tell her this is not education shows that Sukkah is kosher regardless of the height. Why do we have to add the second reason that she always listened to Chachamim? This is what Rabbi Yehuda, let's see if this is Larry from the Palma. Hello? למה לי למתנה ועוד כל מעשיה לא עשתה לו על פי חכמים? Listen carefully, הכי אמר לו, please listen good now. כי תאמרו, for the sake of argument, you might argue with me and tell me what, בנים קטנים היו. The children are, remember, seven kids.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Right. This is, no, but what I say, this is the Gemara. כי תאמרו בנים קטנים היו, the reason why she is exempt. The children are too young. כי תאמרו בנים קטנים היו, וקטנים פטורים מן הסוכה. Which means there is a certain age that even the mitzvah of educating your kids doesn't kick in. Right? Right, as you said, mitzvah חינוך doesn't kick in. כיוון דשבעה הבו, but she had 7 kids. אי אפשר דלא הבו בהו חד. שאינו צריך לאימו. The Gemara assumes now that there are no twins or triplets here. The kids were born one after the other. So
one of them has to be 8 years
at
old.
At least 7 years old. Now you see that this definition, שאינו צריך לאימו, means the minute a kid becomes independent and he doesn't run to mommy, everything he does, this is the age of education. So again, how come the rabbis are visiting the sukkah and she is there with the kids? And 7 kids. So at least the oldest one has to be raised because of chinuch. Tell them this is not good. For the sake of argument, you might say, קטן שאינו צריך לאמו מדרבנן ודמחייב. The chiyuv to educate the kid is not min Torah, it's only midirabanan. Perhaps she midirabanan, לא משגחה, she didn't pay. She listens to the rabbis, but dinim min Torah, not midirabanan. תשמע, ועוד, כל מעשיה לא עשתה, אלא על פי חכמים. She listens even by mitzvot derabanan. So again, Rabbi Yehuda is proving that the sukkah is higher than taller than 20 is kosher, even though she is exempt from the mitzvah, but she has children, at least one, who has to be raised correctly.
So you're not answering that she's not chayav b'sudeh.
Right.
Correct, the father.
See, you read the Gemara normally, mother is chayav b'chinuch. This is pashut. Another question here, in a minute we'll see another Tosafot in Yoma. The other question is, Sammy, you come to your grandson, he says, Grandpa, I need a nice at home. Instead of paying $40, $70, you buy a nice lemon, 50 cents each.
Give it then.
He has no clue. What do you mean? The kids know that this is 19 and a half or 21 or 18? You're sitting in a sukkah. All this game that we do today in Judaism, guys, it looks like a sukkah. No?
It's not the measurements, it's teaching them the concept. So whether they know or not.
But again, listen carefully. A delegation of the rabbi, 3 rabbis are coming in the afternoon to show respect. the children are there, so they have to tell her, you know what? This is 1 foot higher.
Wait, make a
As
big
far
deal.
as
Then he was not gonna
as
know
far
the
as the
difference.
kids are concerned, we're sitting in a sukkah. It's big, זה לא סתם. Says the Ritva, from here you see that if Sammy and me will give a lemon to my grandson, I didn't do anything. It's not mitzvah. Mitzvah chinuch is not feel good, it looks good. You see from here that mitzvah chinuch means to give it to him exactly the way an adult can do it.
That's not to give
And
him
if
lemon.
which means if adult cannot be yotzeh, you cannot give it to a child.
Good.
So in the case of the lemon, if I cannot be yotzeh with a lemon as an etrog, right? I cannot give it to a child. I can give it whatever I want, but if I want to fulfill mitzvah chinuch, it's a very famous mitzvah. It's an open Gemara, otherwise לא מבינים הגמרא בכלל. What's the discussion here?
You can't give the 12-year-old empty boxes of tefillin.
The same idea. Now, the problem is like this, Tishma. The halacha is that on the first day of Sukkot, the first day of Sukkot, ולקחתם לכם, has to be yours. Right? Says the Shulchan Aruch, says the Gemara, you cannot give your beautiful etrog to your son if he's under 13. Why?
He's no adult.
You can't give it back to
You
you.
cannot give it back to you.
Can't
If
say.
you want, you take it, make the bracha, shake it, and then give it back to you. So
You have to do it first?
yes, because
You
if you're
must
not
do
doing, if you're not doing it first and you give it to him,
Yeah,
then there's no way
you
that
can do
legally
that.
you can
He
get it
can't
back.
give it back to you.
There's no
And
tonight,
but he has
there's
no
nothing you can
ownership.
do.
I'm not clear. He can't own. He cannot own a child.
He can
can he?
own.
You can
No.
own.
You can
But
buy,
I
you
own.
He
can,
can't sell
you
it,
can,
he can't transfer.
But I own his.
you can buy
You
his
can't give
own,
anything.
but if you're giving yours, then you have a problem. You can buy him for
He can't give you
$180 and it's his. But if you want to give him yours to save $180, make sure that you shake it first, and then you give it to
And
him.
So
even
for
then, you're not
chinuch-
giving it to him, you're lending it to him.
No, but for chinuch, even for chinuch, you can't lend it to him on the first day.
Yes, but giving to me is to give back to you.
Once you give it to him.
Comes, here it is.
You can't give it back to
I thought he-
Comes
the
one.
wife. The wife owned it? You give it to the wife?
him.
Come. What? No, the wife is an adult, only
Yeah.
because he's a child.
That the husband owns it.
He's not
I
an
thought
age.
something about only, you told us something about.
If a kid finds $100 bill here on the floor, I saw the kid, and I take it away from him, in Torah, I'm not a thief. Of course I'm a thief, with Rabbanan. Why? A kid doesn't have the,
Can't have ownership.
cannot have ownership.
That's right.
A kid cannot sell and cannot buy. A kid lost his father, he has a real estate, it's not
But
because.
he can accept the gift.
Yeah, he has
Gift.
You
ownership.
can accept a
can't
gift
apply
only
it.
because an adult is giving it to you.
Right, but the
But they don't
$500
give you-
This
is
is
not.
why I
That's
told you,
the-
finding a $20 bill
It's not a gift.
and he picking it. The Gemara says, if I take it away, I'm a gazlan with Rabbanan. It is with Rabbanan, not with Torah. You hear? But if you are giving him the dollar, he is the true owner of the dollar because an adult gave it to him. Comes the Mordechai and says, but if the father is stuck, he doesn't know what to do with the child, lend him, lend him the etrog. He doesn't have to understand what it means, but tell him, the question is, I cannot lend it to Sammy, I cannot lend it to you. If we just learn it from the Ritva, if you want to educate a kid, you have to do it perfectly. Giving it to him, it's not perfectly because me and you cannot use a borrow etrog in the first day.
But the item is perfect.
See what Eli says? What Eli says?
What do you mean by that?
Eli says, listen, I'll explain to you what it means. The etrog that I'm giving him is a perfect etrog for the rabbis and the garbage collectors. This is a psul in the object. The object is psul. When you lend someone an etrog, the etrog is good for everyone. If you're giving it the right way, when the Ritva says you cannot, so to say, trick a kid, it's only if you're giving him an object that the object is not good. If you're lending him a etrog, the object is perfect, as Eli says. the way he is taking it is not good. So with Yavad, you can do it. And this is a famous chiluk. In my language, there is a psul in the chefetz or a psul of derech halakicha. If I'm lending it to you, there's nothing wrong with that law, but the way you're taking it, it's not good, yes? For instance, whatever you like, instead of giving you the etrog matana or menat lachzir, it's yours, give it back afterwards. You tell Gilila, it's yours for half an hour. It's yours for half an hour. Again, if I'm giving you $100 etrog matana, it's fine. But the Torah says lachem, it counts as yours. Whatever you forgive, you're giving him a limited matana. It's yours for half an hour. After half an hour, your ownership expires, which means when I give it to you,
With the condition of.
I'm giving
No
you a
condition.
limited ownership.
There's no condition, there's no tenai
There's
on
no
that.
condition, but
So if you don't return it, you still fulfill the
Right.
mitzvah.
Right.
Menat lachzir,
says
you
the
don't
Rosh,
fulfill the
usually
mitzvah.
says the Rosh, giving limited ownership is not good. What's the difference here?
It's like renting. It's like renting with no charge.
Right.
You don't own it.
See,
I'm just a
like,
tenant.
if I'm giving it to you a full gift and the condition to give back,
I'm owning it for that time.
not only that, for the half an hour that I gave it to you, you can sell it. You can sell it for 29 minutes. You can give it to anyone you want. You have a condition. If you damage it,
Mine.
right.
You gave it to me.
Still liable.
Precondition. Perfect.
So I owe you the X amount of money of what that would cost.
Which means the all values.
But you only have for half hour.
No, but it's
without
like
any
every
condition.
time you have
He's like
you hear what the
renter
Rosh
with no
says. The
charge.
Rosh says giving it to you for half an hour is limited ownership.
He's a
Full
renter.
ownership means
He's a tenant
it's
with
mine
no charge.
forever, so to say. כך אומר הראש. And if I give it to you, מתנה מנת להחזיר, when you give it back to me, I have to lift it again. It was totally out of mind. I'm getting it back. If you give a limited ownership, it expires.
Now, in New Orleans, 54 years ago, I remember there was one lulav, one etrog, and the rabbi. I was a little kid.
Many
I was a little
cities.
kid.
We used to have it in Benetzion. There was one by the Teva, right here.
In the dome also.
I used to, before I went to school. Yeah,
4 or
before I
5
went to
years
school,
after
they used to come here to the
54 years
dome,
ago.
say the bed, have the lab, go to school.
I remember.
If a man wants to give his wife the etrog lulav to make a
That's
bracha on the first day,
One-
I give a matana, but not
you do lachem applies to her, even though she's patur. Okay, yeah, okay.
Maybe everyone agrees, Eli, that if she wants the mitzvah,
She has to do lachem.
question was only by Katan, Eli, because the topic
No, I
is
understand,
chiluk.
I understand.
Which it doesn't have any long.
So I'm saying all rules apply to her.
No, but you realize everyone remembers this type. Every kid remembers they used to come here before you went to school.
Yeah, but if I went to high school, I'd come here and then I'd go to high school.
So here is an open Gemara that chinuch applies for women. Now in the same book you have Gemara Yoma. Open Gemara Yoma Daf Pei Bet.
So it seems like this is a strong radar for Rabbi Yehuda here. This
Okay, you have to learn.
I know, it's just a small
You
segment.
have
I
to
got
learn
it.
Gemara later.
I got it.
Yeah, okay.
It's not very strong proof.
Because the Gemara says here that this limitation up to 20 is only
So they do
the minimum height. If the sukkah is
Huge, then you can see the ceiling.
then you can
Oh,
see that.
Yes.
Okay, so perhaps because she's a queen, most likely the size of her sukkah was
Very big, serious, not height the same, visual.
Very good.
View.
The Gemara is Gemara.
Yes.
Gemara sukkah. Open Gemara Yoma, Daf Pei Bet, Yoma. You
Yeah, I
go
know.
to the beginning of the book.
Yeah.
82
It's called
Pei Bet.
Amud Hayomi. It's a program.
Oh,
Rabbi.
oh.
That's what he's doing.
Beautiful.
I know it's a book. He had the booklet on the table. A beautiful little print. Are they doing that here in the synagogue here?
What?
Oh wait, is anybody doing that program? It's a program, printed program.
What they're doing here is double than over there. Because people here are at a much higher level than before.
No, this is a book.
No, I'm
I
saying
know.
very minute. Amuda Yomi is designated. Amuda Yomi is like golf to old people. What is golf? באמת, you cannot run, you cannot jump, you cannot go boxing, but you have to say, I'm involved in sport. We invented the sport. Walk slow, whoop, yeah, take a little card.
Like a driving range.
This is tailored to the old, yes. Habud Yomi was exactly.
You know, it's very nice. We do 35, 40 minutes every morning. And
It's
it's so,
nice.
it's
Deeper, go deeper, spend more time.
no, but it's so interesting, Rabbi.
Depends on the community.
Yeah, I guess you're right. From an older person goes for.
There are thousands of people in Lakewood that do it. Those who learned many years by you, now they're real business people. So for them, it's very good. I teach Daf Yomi every night. Okay, I have to prepare for about 2 hours. There's another fellow that is retired, he prepares before. But the rest of the people, they sit. Can you imagine an hour and 15 minutes? If you go on what's his name, the rabbi, and the television you can watch, big, wealthy guy, he has 5,000 listeners every day. Everyone knows the guy's really owner of many nursing homes. He gives Daf Yomi 35 minutes, you get the page. How does he do it? He doesn't need Rashi. He reads, he gives you the summary, and the end, he gives you commentaries. People love it because he has a personality.
That's our class. That's our class.
But this is the idea.
That's our class.
This is the idea.
And we love it. We love it.
But you realize if this is the class, Psachim takes you double. Psachim is 121 pages, it's 242 days. Anyway, go to Daf Pei Bet.
You ever doing Tosfot too?
Shum Davar. Okay, listen.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Listen to the three.
Yeah, Rabbi. Yeah. Ronnie, please show him. Ronnie, show you how to do it. Please. Show him how to slide left to right. He sent the picture of the book with the read. It's a program. It's not just make-believe thing. I never see
It's a rabbi from Toronto who has tens of thousands all over the world. Instead of Daf Yomi, Dirshua. Look at the name. Everyone knows.
It's legitimate now. It's legitimate.
Yeah, I know.
It's very, and I'm just telling you what the program was made for.
And there's whatever that means, the
Of
backside.
course. They made already a few times human shots. Again, there is a plus in it. There is a plus in it, and there's a minus. The plus is you can go much deeper. The plus is that you cover less material, so you can really go into it.
But you walk away. We
And
walk
you
away
give
from
you
something.
to more than
There's something
neighbors.
tangible. By the end of the class, 35 minutes, you walk away with something, Rabbi.
Every class you walk away with something.
Sometimes you walk away with nothing.
Or if you see them, Rabbi Galamidis every day, many days, you walk with nothing. You go to Perek Chamishim, Psachim. The Mishnah says, Yoma Pei Bet. You have Yoma is the first Gemara in your book. Amud Aleph. The Mishnah says, Atinokot, young kids, אין מענים אותם ביום הכיפורים. אבל מחנכים אותם לפני שנה ולפני שנתיים. אתה פתח ממש, זה משנה אתה. יש לך את זה יומה, yes? Good. So the Gemara answers, skip few lines, ברב נחמן אמר, few lines into the Gemara.
About 8 lines down.
This is what he says. רב נחמן אמר, בין ט' בין י' מחנכים אותם לשעות. If you completed 9 years or 10 years, if you are male, you have to fast a few hours. בין י' א', if you completed 11, or or completed 12, you do realize that we say when you are 13, you're bar mitzvah, it means you completed 13. It's really the first day of 14. You realize, people don't realize. Then 13 mitzvot means really ben 14. The first day of your 14. So here, this is the order of the Gemara. Ben Ted, Ben Yud, if you completed 9 or 10 years, depends how strong you are, you have to fast few hours. Ben Yudal, if you completed 11, Ben Yud Bet, Mashlimi Midirabanan. Only Midirabanan, you have to fast most of the day. Ben Yud Gimal, if you completed 13, Mashlimi Midoraita Betimo. Fine. Now, look at you have on the side, commentary called Tosafot Yeshanim. Look, can you find it? Tosafot Yeshanim, right? It's a very small print.
Sammy can't see it, so for sure I can't see it.
Sammy, no, you can.
Which one?
It's not Tosafot Yeshanim, third middle line. Here. So you have this line,
Yeah, third
middle line, yeah. ואם תאמר, he writes it, ואם
the
תאמר,
middle
so you
section.
have it ואם תאמר,
The middle line, not the wide
you
line.
can't see it,
Not the
So
red
this
line.
is- ואם תאמר, Hadia Amrina, yesterday we spoke, that if you see a kid eating non-kosher, unless you are a father, you don't have to say anything. ואם תאמר, Hadia Amrina b'chol duchta katan,
What about meat and milk, Rabbi?
eating a cheeseburger al Yom Kippur al Ne'ilah. The father has to say something, the grandfather has to say, but not the other. Hadia Amrina b'chol duchta katan ochel nevelot. Minor eating non-kosher, ein beidin metzuvim להפרישו. We're not obligated to stop him. Remember, ochel nevelot. This is serious. השתא חינוך מחנכינן, הפכו שמאיסור המבעיה. If the Gemara is telling us that because of mitzvah chinuch, I have to educate a kid to fast on Kippur, 3 hours, 4 hours. So how can you tell me that if he's eating non-kosher, I'm not saying anything. Here the Gemara is telling me that at Yom Kippur, the kid is 11, he's 12, it's our obligation to mechanchim. When he's doing an aveira now, doing an aveira, eating an aveira, first answer is, ואומר הרב רבי אליעזר ממץ, this is called, his name is the Yeraim, he was in England. The חינוך, תשמע, זה דבר מאוד מעניין, you understand the psychology of education? The חינוך לא שייך אלא שיעשה מצווה, ולא פירוש מאיסור. חינוך is to do positive, not to tell him not to do.
It's sort of like you said, it's not going to help to take away the nevela.
But this is basically what it means. The kid doesn't get what you're saying. If a kid realizes my father says Shema every morning, makes bracha and tzitzit, eats matzah, he's emulating and following. Right? So again, the question was, if the Gemara is telling us that we are obligated to mechanech the kids fasting on Kippur, how can you tell me the Bela is different? There's no education by the Bela, but listen to this. דמוזהרים במה שמענים אותו ביום כיפור. So why am I obligated?
Same thing.
It's also איסור, yes. אין זה להפרוש מאיסורה שמפרישים אותו מלאכול, אלא הוא חינוך שמחנכים אותו במצוות והעיניתם ונפשותיכם.
It's a mitzvah say, you saying?
Yom Kippur really has two. Yom Kippur has two parts.
Right.
Yes, the negative, don't eat. This is not what I tell him. Telling him today is a very special day. There is a positive command called Ve'initim et nafshotechem. Fine.
If I stop him from eating, I'm not teaching him for the next time.
He doesn't know what you stopped him for, right? He doesn't know what you stopped him for. Means if a kid bought an ice cream in the store, said, but this religious kid bought it. He doesn't know that this one has OU, this one doesn't have OU. Yes.
I mean, we have little kids. Oh, it's not kosher. Don't eat it.
I don't know. What we do is right. What we do is right because the kid has to grow up, non-kosher.
So what is
Okay.
the logic of positive versus negative?
No.
I would think negative is
But this is really what he would. By negative, it doesn't, nothing registers. Positive means do. I'm doing, my father did it, I'm doing it. My father didn't. נשמע. ורבי אומר, בחינוך לא שייך אלא באב. only by a father. אבל באדם אחר לא שייך בחינוך.
No obligation, no impact.
They don't discuss mother. Yes.
Oh, the next line is the mother. This is why
That's why you got him.
He says, when it comes to Kippur, this is not the community, it's the father. The father says to him, today is Kippur, there is a positive mitzvah, first in the morning for 2 hours. Now, תשמע, ומעשה דאילני המלכה, תראו תוספות, שישבה היא ושבעה בעליה בסוכה, why is she doing it? if chinuch is only on the father, not the mother, how is Rabbi Yehuda proving the fact that the rabbi didn't say anything? She's a mother. Shema היה להם אב וחינכם. Maybe there was a father. The case is that she's sitting and she's welcoming people. The father is busy somewhere. Yes. Chidush of Tosafot, you learn the Gemara, there's no father.
So she has the same obligation.
Tosafot are saying they should have told her, tell your husband, he is obligated to provide a kosher sukkah for his kids. He's not.
Oh.
This is the first answer.
Oh.
He's not there, we're assuming he's not there.
ואפילו, no, because you read the Gemara, there's no mention.
No discussion.
But the rabbis are coming.
When is it she's a widow?
What? Because Tosafot don't know. It's a historical event. Tosafot, this is written 800 years ago on the time of the second temple. Listen to the next line. ועוד, ואפילו היה להם אב, הייתה מחנכם למצווה בעלמא. What does it mean, היה מחנכם למצווה? It says maybe there was a father and she is not obligated. But she is obligated to provide the external help to the kids. Here the second תקשיב טוב. I started with you Gemara Sukkah Daf Bet Amud Bet. Seems from the Gemara that she is chayav. The Tosafot are saying no, she's not chayav regularly, but she has to create the environment that the kid can do it, not because of her chinuch. The chinuch is on her husband, but you cannot do the opposite from that. Yes, I'll give an interesting example. There's a teacher many years ago, he's teaching now in Israel and MNY. He invited 6 seniors Friday night to his house. He said, let's just spend 2 hours. When they went out, one of them takes out from his pocket Friday night a box of cigarettes, and he lights a cigarette. The neighbor told the teacher, so Sunday, here is, Monday in school, he says, listen, I don't know who did it, but the neighbor told
saw him lighting it outside the house.
which means he had a cigarette in his pocket.
Yeah.
So he speaks to the class and he says, no one had to come to my house. I just gave an open it. Whoever did it, whoever came to my house on Shabbat wanted to have the experience of Shabbat. How can he come? He's asking the class. The kid that did it.
One of the kids is in the class.
Yeah,
The kid that did it.
The kid that did it, the lady says, I was the one. And he says, here it is. My parents are so-called religious. But I don't feel anything, I'm not connected. It's again religion. My father makes Friday night, but it's meaningless. This is what Tosafot is saying. The mother is obligated to create the opposite. Understand?
An atmosphere of religion.
What?
An atmosphere.
Of course.
Like
As you can see in school here, Sammy, I see in
Does
school.
Flappers happen the story?
Yeah, 30 שנה, 40 שנה, as it happened was Israeli.
No,
No, it was Israeli. You know, my father makes kiddush. He goes to shul. It's shul davar. No, but I'm telling you, this is what
the way the kid interpreted it.
exactly.
Who says?
You know the pressure your father has the entire week. He comes on Friday night. But you realize what Tosafot are saying is, even if the woman is not obligated in the education, but creating the atmosphere is about amok מאוד, yes. Some kids grow in a religious home, and some people are keeping the mitzvot in the home. But it's not. Nobody can see it clearly if you meet the parents. Again, even if you are not, the kids have a very sensitive radar. This is what registers, says Tosafot. Even if the woman is not chayav, she is chayav to create the atmosphere. Have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow. This goes. רבי עקיבא איגר שואל, באמת הוא שואל סתירה. הוא אומר, איך תוספות אומרים פה, זה עולי למצווה בעלמא, והוא כאילו סוכה, תסתכל, רבי עקיבא איגר אומר, לא מבין את זה. בגיליון הש"ס, הוא אומר, עיין סוכה דף ב', יבידר. So the Rav Keilot Yaakov gives the answer I gave you.